Alright, we are continuing the storyline with Return to Eulmore, given to us by the manager of Sweets as he is wont to do after we have had a nap. Or probably a long rest in D&D terms, but here we go. Ah, Mistress Valkyr, I trust you had a pleasant rest. While you were ensconced in your chamber, a message arrived for you from the Exarch. He bids you come to the Ocular at your earliest convenience. And, Madame, wherever your duties may take you next, I shall pray for your safe return. May the light keep you. I cannot mount here. I don't know why I tried. I do the thing to the docile gate. Ether. I'm still sad I couldn't give. What are they called? Commendations? Commendation? Hold on. Commendation, yeah. To that tank. You did great. But I want to see the cutscene. I wish Square Enix give us like 5 or 10 minutes to give commendation to the people we just grouped with. It shouldn't be that hard, even. Like, you can't do it once they all leave. Like, fuck you. That's dumb. Anyway. Yes, I have business with the Exarch. Let me in. Not by the hair of your chinny chin chin. The cutscene. Where we are all here, including Emmett Silk. Y'all better talk. This is like a big cutscene. If you don't, I'm gonna stab all of you. With my lance, it will hurt.
There you are. May I assume you've had your fill of rest?
Thank you.
That is well. Now that we are all present, let us speak of our plan. Thus far, we have vanquished 4 Light Wardens, restoring night to much of Norvrand.
Yeah.
Only one remains, that of Calusia. And with Reen to guide us, I am certain we will find it.
There are some nods.
We're so close now. If we can just take care of this one last warden, we'll rob the Sin Eaters of their final foothold and drive them out of Norvrant once and for all. It will be a new beginning for the First. A chance for the people to rebuild their world.
In short, a prize worth fighting for.
And in thus delivering the First from destruction, so too shall we unsow the seeds of the 8th umbral calamity.
Do you hear? Your dreamed of rejoining is in jeopardy. Are you sure you're not tempted to intervene?
You labor under the misapprehension that vanquishing the Sin Eaters is tantamount to saving the world. It is not. In truth, you only delay the inevitable, lengthening your fleeting lives by the smallest of margins. Twould be churlish of me to deny you this small concession, close as we've become. Foolish and misguided though you are not without charm. Each and every one of you is possessed of a noble heart. When the weak want for succor, you do not hesitate to provide it. Alas, your nobility is short-sighted. You think only of the problem in front of your nose. A limitation of your ephemeral existence.
Our lives may seem short and insignificant to the likes of you, but one does not need to be an eternal being to achieve lasting change.
If I may stop you there, I do not claim that we Ascians are special. 'That is another misconception. 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 'That In the beginning, everyone lived nigh for eternity. Such was the natural order of things. But like so much else, this was taken from you. You won't object if I borrow your plaything? In the distant past, when the world was one and whole, a great calamity threatened all life.
The ocular has transformed into a circle on the ground, a large circle that we are all standing in, with a gold outline, and on 2 points opposite of each other, there's like this kind of spear shape with some pattern in the middle of it. That's not the important part. The rest of the ocular is now kind of like what you might see if you were in space. You have nebulae, whatever the plural is. It could be nebulas, I'm not sure. And then there's this one white, probably sphere, but obviously it looks a circle in 2D, but a white sphere, the bottom of which has like a crescent moon, like a thin crescent moon, kind of blue. And the very middle is a very bright orb, like a very bright white orb.
It began without warning. The very laws of the star were warped and broken, and chaos swiftly spread throughout the land.
That sphere has turned red all over, still with the bright center, but the bright center is kind of more reddish, obviously.
Faced with annihilation, we sought to imbue the star with its own will. Thus was Zodiac born, and by his power was order restored.
We're still seeing the same thing, but kind of different angle. But now the sphere goes white again.
Ere long, however, thankless fools began to fear that Zodiac's might was too great, and so they conjured another to keep him in check. Your own dear Hydaelyn.
And the two beings waged war until, with a single devastating blow, Hydaelyn unmade Zodiac, scattering his being across space and time. So you told us in the Katana Ravel.
Sorry, give me just a sec. Yep, it was very quick. It was 4 college students not being able to answer what is 15 times 4. Someone guessed 23, and the final answer that everybody agreed upon was 48. Sorry, Twitter gets me sometimes. A lot of the time.
Yes.
Or X, whatever.
And there began our woes, with Hydaelyn's blow and all that it wrought. As a counterbalance to Zodiac, Hydaelyn was created with the power to enervate her foe.
Enervate? Enervate's a good word, isn't it? You don't use it much in the English language, but enervate was also a spell in World of Warcraft that would druids had that would give their target increased mana regeneration, MP regeneration, or refresh, whatever.
This singular ability strikes not at such banal things as flesh, but everything that defines the target, diluting its existence.
Okay, maybe it's the wrong enervate then? Why is it diluted?
For example, were she to strike you?
He points at Reen. And another one.
Two individuals, identical in appearance yet reduced in all respects. Strength, intelligence, the soul itself, all is halved.
Okay, that's not enervation, unless you're trying to redefine the word in this language. That's usually English. But it is dilute. Oh, it is diluted. Yeah, that diluted makes sense there.
Do you see? This self-same fate befell not only Zodiac, but the very star.
So the white moon-looking thing splits and splits and splits and splits and splits until we have 13 worlds, I believe.
Only 3 were fortunate enough to escape the sundering. Me being one of them. When I beheld the shattered remnants of our home, I knew deepest despair. The inhabitants of these 14 fragments were feeble, frail and foolish, oblivious to their imperfection, ignorant of their past.
14, sorry.
Malformed creatures thrashing blindly about. Pitiful, disturbing, depressing. So, we took it upon ourselves to rejoin the worlds. But in our eagerness and, I confess, our ignorance, we erred and made a useless void of the 13th.
Huh. Okay. Huh. So, by the way, we are seeing a... Oh. I don't interrupt.
It was only afterwards that we discovered a connection twixt source and shard. A flow of energy that maintains elemental balance. And thus did we arrive at our time-honored modus operandi.
So we had the bigger white sphere and a circle made of copies of it. They were all smaller, but not like they didn't get like smaller and smaller as they went. They were just all smaller than the main. And then the 13th went dark. Still visible, but dark. Before we turned to, before what he just said.
From a purely Asian standpoint, it could be said that what you seek to do is only logical. But that would be to ignore the immeasurable destruction wrought with each rejoining. You have murdered millions, and this we cannot condone.
By your fragmented existence, you continue to give rise to tragedies far crueler than any calamity. But yes, moral relativism and all that. Case in point, I do not consider you to be truly alive, ergo, I will not be guilty of murder if I kill you. Oh, don't look at me like that. You for whom I have only the highest expectations. A vaunted hero of the Source, 7 times rejoined. Long have I awaited one who might brave a path of lesser tragedy. A resilient soul able to endure the necessary pain. I dare to hope that my wait is over. So, finish your task and slay the Light Warden. Make proof of your usefulness, and then we may speak again.
Forgive me, my lord, but this could not wait.
Lena, my awesome bunny warrior gal.
Speak freely, Captain.
Not mine, obviously, but...
Our informant in Colusia sends word of unusual activity in Eulmore. It appears their forces are entrenching themselves at key points throughout the city, making ready for an attack by all indications.
An intriguing use of resources. I rather doubt Lord Vorthry is concerned for the safety of his citizens.
You think he's harboring the Light Warden inside the city walls? Even if he does have some means of controlling the Sin Eaters, wouldn't that be a little risky?
Risky or not, if there is even a chance the Warden is hiding there, we will need to act fast. The longer we wait, the better prepared the Eulmorans will be.
Agreed. See to your preparations then and make for Colusia. God's willing, this hunt will be the last. Let us see it through to the end.
We should begin by assembling in Rite. There we may assess the situation in Eulmore and decide how best to proceed.
Cutscene ends. We are... okay, we're gonna go out of the Crystarium to finish the quest. I hate it when my nose whistles because of my allergies. Where do you... oh, way the hell over here? Yeah, sure. I'm going over to Rite. I will not use my free teleport. I like that I have it, and I will probably have to use it on what is supposed to be like a 1,500, 800, whatever kill teleport, but not yet. We've been here before. This is where a gal took over as like the town leader because the older male town leader stopped for some reason, like in search of somebody he thinks is still alive. I can't remember the total gist of it. There was a part where I think it was his wife that he thinks might still, like, he stopped being the leader because while he was away defending or something like that, his wife was killed by the Sin Eaters. But we're here. Cutscene, talk to Alphino. Reen is here as well. There you are, Mercy. The others have gone ahead to reconnoiter Gatetown. We are to follow shortly. It has been a while, has it not, since the two of us infiltrated Eulmore? Since we faced Lord Vorthry, and I felt such fury as I have never felt before. His actions are unconscionable, of course, and any abhorrence I felt for him entirely justified. Yet mingled with my rage there was something else. At first I was unsure what it was, but in the course of our struggles I found the answer. In Vorthry's self-righteousness, in his absolute belief that he, and he alone, is the cure to the world's ills, I saw a reflection of myself, and it brought the memories of all my past follies flooding back. He is the vainglorious, ignorant fool I once was, and having shared in his affliction, I feel duty-bound to open his eyes to the truth. You weren't vainglorious, my friend. Whether he will accept it with the good grace with the good grace I did is another question. He turns to Reen. What is it, Reen? Do you sense the light, Warden? I'm not sure. The aura is different. Perhaps if we were a little closer? 'Tis time we were on our way in any case. Let us join our comrades in Gatetown. Mercy, as a precaution, may I ask that you go first to ensure that the path is clear? The closer we are to Eulmore, the more I worry that Reen may be recognized. If you see any prying eyes along the way, pray encourage their owners to look elsewhere. Pray encourage their owners to look elsewhere. Oh, man. Whoa! Bum bum helps on the way to... I think one of those... Yeah. This is actually also where grandson, who is a... I want to say he's a... Dark Knight, so you might want a healer? Nope. Probably not a tank, right? Oh, he wants a tank. So grandson wants a tank. So he's actually a damage-dealing, two-handed swordsman. So this is where that questline will pick up. Also interesting now, there's a plus quest called Talos Interrupted, and I've learned via the story quest that Talos appear to be the large stone golem creatures that that help like passageways on the rails. So here's Euless, who is the female leader of this town. And here's Sai Luke, who was the one who passed down the mantle to her, and she would like to give it back to him. So, but those plus quests didn't give any further ether currents, so I just stopped. I'm sad now. I can't fly here. Also, wait, where? Oh. It says speak with people in Gatetown, but like these guys are outside of Gatetown. There's one right here, a Delirious Youth. I thought there was a T in there somewhere, so I was like, yeah, but Delirious. He's sitting by some rocks. Voth. You hail the civilian, but he does not respond and continues his incoherent rambling. One of three. There's another one in this large fucking red circle. So we will skirt all of it that we can. Okay, that's another edge of it. Oh, here we go. Found the second one in the large red circle. An agitated man. And, like, there's two figures that are also, they're really well dressed, actually, that are, like, hunched over, like, covering their ears with their hands, like, shaking. Lord Vothry, we hear, we obey. Ah! And they turn into bad guys. Why wouldn't they? Take them out with some line attacks from my dragoon. I'll grab the heal from that crit. Really? Oh yeah, I was gonna say. The red circle didn't go away where it should have, but it did after a time, a brief longer time. We have some birds. We have some of those like large, like frog-shaped, but almost the size of a small house, or like a studio apartment, maybe. And they have like little tentacles that come out. They have a little flower on their head. They're all like brown, kind of like dying flower color. And here is a euphoric youth in that smaller circle. Long live Lord Vothry. Long live Lord Vothri. And that's it we get from him. Whoa. Help Chandra wake. I had a feeling we'd pick up a threat from something along the way, but I'm 77, they're 70, I'm not really worried about it. And I can usually outrun them anyway. Alright, here's Thancred standing next to Ulian J. All the townspeople here seem to be looking toward Eulmore and standing still. Except for one figure. There might be a player character, or it might be an NPC, I can't tell, but it tries to wave at each one. Like, tries to get their attention, and then thinks about, like, why they can't. I don't think it's a PC, I think it's an NPC. I don't see a name or anything. Good of you to join us. I was debating whether to warn you, but it's too late now. I take it you noticed the people behaving strangely along the path. It's more of the same here. Y'shtola and Alisea are investigating as we speak. Let's wait and see what they have to say. Return to Eulmore is complete. I will grab tenacity food as I usually do to bolster my tanking. As I would like to be the best, least damage taking tank that I can for all my groups to just make life easier for everybody. The sponsor, non-sponsor for this last video of the night is BetterFoods Coconut Oil. Literally nothing bad to say about this at all. It has been fantastic. It's a large container of coconut oil that adds really great healthy fats to anything I cook, which is what keto is about: healthy fats, protein, getting your body used to burning fat for fuel rather than sugar, carbohydrate, you know. But I also hate the taste of coconut. So coconut oil is not supposed to taste like coconut. There are brands out there that do, and I have encountered them, and I fucking hated them. So I'm so happy I found this brand. It's a great cost. One giant jar. What is it? Sorry. It's not on there. So let me actually. I've never actually gone over this, but it is a 1.75 quart jar, or for anybody who's on the metric system, 1.6 liters. 56 fluid ounces. It's heavy. It's a good 5+ pounds, maybe even up to 10. My only reference is these 20-pound weights I have. I can say it doesn't weigh 20 pounds. I can also say it's probably maybe somewhere between 5 and 10. I don't know for sure. But fantastic. If you want to add healthy fats, it's also a very good oil. It's got a lower smoke point, so you have to be aware of that when you're cooking. But it adds that necessary good fat to a lot of the different dishes I cook. I use it literally every day. I mean literally. I don't use that word lightly. I know the actual use of it. Every single day I use this coconut oil. If you purchase it with a link in my description, I will get a cut. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.